Okay, this is going to be two things at once. It's going to be an easy workout, different bags, sandbag, hammer curls. But it's also going to be talking about the state of Arizona's tax regulations for what you call the transaction privilege tax. The seller, whether he collects it or not, he or she, they have to pay it. It's like a sales tax. I don't know, it's pretty much the same thing. You just have to pay it regardless if you collect it or not. Anyway, I try to do a few reps in here and there. I mean, nothing hard because I want to be able to speak while I do it. So, but I want to get something done because I work every day and there's not a lot of time to do things. What we're going to look at in this transaction privilege tax is not the tax itself. Now, it's every county's different, city's different taxes. But if you look, you'll find that Arizona is one of the highest, call it a sales tax state in the nation. One of them, okay? Now, it's supposed to be a very conservative state. When it comes to getting money for them, the conservatism seems to just to fall to the wayside real quick. You know, people want money. They don't worry about that. Tax money, your money. Who do they get it from? They get it from any Arizona resident. But remember, Arizona gets a lot of tourists. That's why they're able to pass that. You get more money coming in from the tourists. And whether the vendor or the seller gets the amount of money for the product, they're still going to have to come up with that transaction privilege tax. Okay, we're not worried about that. Bisbee, where I'm at, it's 9.6%. Okay, fine. That's almost 10%. That's quite a bit. You know, a funny thing. I don't think California, the famous liberal state that I come from, has a tax that high. Now, you think about that for a while, conservative, liberal, you think, oh, liberal are going to tax the heck out of it. Well, apparently in Arizona, they have no problem taxing the heck out of you, okay? Now, their state tax, California is a lot higher, so Arizona is not the culprit on that one, just your income tax. So, but that's not the problem. The problem is paying it. I don't know, but a friend of mine who's been in business for a while, I stopped being in business for 6 years here, so said that about a year ago, let's say, whatever it was, somebody passed a regulation. Was the state legislator, head of the Arizona Department of Taxes? I don't know. I have to check that out. But what they came up with is that they want everybody to pay online. ATM, credit card, fine. Your credit card, 2.5%, they'll charge you. ATM, just $3.50. Great, that's fantastic. Well, I've been trying to pay the last few days. Now, I don't know, you know, maybe I had a wrong address at one time. I've got a new address. And I talked to the bank. I talked to the bank 3 times on the phone. I went to the bank in person to find out if I had any problem. I've tried 2 banks, cards, and I tried a credit card just for the heck of it. Well, to no luck. I finally called up the state. After about 35 minutes on hold, they have no way to pay over the phone, by the way, okay? Fine, you know, any business worth their salt, you can pay over the phone. Isn't that something? You can't pay with the state of Arizona the money that you're supposed to give them. Now, number one, that's wrong and that should change. Now, they told me, well, maybe it's your phone, you know, your browser, who knows. Try a computer. Well, I went to the library. I tried, and I was 0 for 3. Now, I don't know. Was I missing something? Who knows? This morning, I went to the bank, got every pertinent information, had it all right, tried it, and it says, once again, your bank denied it. Okay. Well, the bank knows nothing of that. The guy said, well, the bank officer said, maybe it's with that people who collect the money. I think early on, before I left for work, I called up the company that does that service. They serve a lot of different businesses, governments all over the country. They're out of Florida. And I told, well, it's great. I can pay on the phone. $5 extra. That's great. That's fantastic. I'll go for that. Well, I talked to the person there, and they said, well, we don't do that particular one on the phone. Okay. I struck out on that. Today I went to the library again, tried to get on my phone to no avail. Didn't work. Now, what's the problem with that? The problem is one of the alternatives is to pay by check. Okay. Now, I don't think any reasonable person could guess how much the state has decided to charge you by paying by check. Before I don't think it was anything. If you paid late, of course, yeah, you're going to pay through the nose. They want people to comply so they can keep running the government. Understandable. So they make a big, high interest rate so people try to comply. I don't know what it was, but I've paid some late times before, and right now it's 4.5% if you go over the date of the month you're supposed to pay, and I believe it's the 20th, okay? So 4.5% of what you owe, you're going to pay them. Now, what about the paper check? That's the other way to pay. Well, what they've come up with, and they're obviously never been in business, or if they have, they've been people that want to take advantage of somebody. I'm sorry, but that's the way it is. I can't see any other way. And I think anybody with a sensible mind will agree with that. They want 5% of what you owe on the sales tax because you can only pay with a paper check. You say, well, why can't a person pay? Well, hey, I've tried the last 2 days. I can't get to first base, buddy. Now, will I eventually get there? I don't know. I don't know, I will see an accountant tomorrow just to see if they have any tips on how to get into the system. I get in, but it denies me every time. So, and I'm going to send it tomorrow, and I'm going to ask them to try to get a phone service for everybody if you want to pay. And I don't mind paying a little extra for the phone service. You get somebody on the phone, you talk to them 15 minutes, and it's costing the state $50 an hour to employ that person. I don't know, but $50 an hour covers a lot of different costs, workman's comp, unemployment, things like that they got to get covered, otherwise they're going broke. So we don't want them to go broke. Let's see, we got, that's too much right there. That's a 54-pounder. We don't want that right off. We're not going to get it. We got a 44 and a 47. Okay. So we'll try to get a rep here and there. Anyway, so they've come up with 5%. Let's say you owe $1,000 in taxes, which would be only $10,000 in sales, say in a quarter. You're going to have to come up with $50 extra for them if you send a check in. I have a friend that has for a year, since it's come out, she hasn't done it online for whatever reason. And other people have had problems too. Okay? That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money to give the state. You think the state is in the business to try to make money off the people that are in business trying to support this state? That is crap, okay? Crap. And they need to be taken account for it, taken to task. That's it. So, if anybody listens to this tape, you might start a campaign to get them to at least do it on the phone and take 10, 15 extra bucks. Okay, fine. And that might work. Employ somebody to do that. I don't believe you could go there in person. And if you do, what are you going to drive from Bisbee to Tucson and call that a good deal? It's going to cost you how much in gas, how much in time you're going to lose a day? No. they're going to have to come up with a good phone service, just like any company around would have. They're making tons of money. Don't think they aren't. You know, all retirements there, brother. I'm sorry, but a lot of this money is earmarked for all these things that happen later on after they stop the job. They're not like a private person who just got his little Social Security, you know. So they need to get that service out there and make it so it's affordable. For whatever reason you can't get on. I don't know when I'll get on. I don't know when they'll accept it. The bank told me everything's right. I've done it many times. Nothing. It hasn't worked so far. I'll see. But anyway, they need to come up with some reasonable fee for a service like that. And cut out the big fee for sending in a check. If somebody wants to send in a check, I think that's their personal business, and the state shouldn't be trying to make money off of that. Okay? Who's going to go against that? Well, maybe a state worker says, hey, well, we're going to get as much money as we can. I'm sorry. Well, you know what? I ain't got words enough for that, so I'm not going to say it. Anyway, that's if somebody wants to make a comment and say, you know, that's class actions lawsuit. Now, if the state sends me a bill saying, because I'm going to send them in the regular amount, and I'm going to tell them everything, so I'm telling you now, how much I tried to get this thing done. I went to my bank 3 times, calling up the other bank, call up 2 banks, call up the people that do the job, call up the state, talk to them 30-some minutes. They said, well, try a computer instead of your phone. That's what I got. Okay. If they send me a bill for I had close to $700 of taxes, you know, $35 or whatever, 5 times 7, it's almost that. I will go down to the small claims court and sue them to get a better practice. Now, may not go anywhere, but I'll have the satisfaction of doing it. And if people want to get involved in a class action lawsuit, I think that's the way to do it. But hopefully they'll change their ways before that happens. You know, they come up with a crappy law that just takes money away from business people. That's what keeps this country going, by the way. And that's why a lot of Republicans are elected. Apparently they don't give a crap here how much tax money they take from you. So don't give them a free ride. Don't give them a free ride at all. You got to watch them like a hawk all the time. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to get more of a workout here. Do a few more reps. Let's see if I can. Got a 49-pounder here. I'll go to 54. I don't know. May not be able to do much. I had the kind of a flu a while back, and I got real weak. I'm just kind of coming out of it now. Okay, see, I'm kind of weak on that 54 for sure. Yeah, I can't really get it up good. All right, anyway, I got a little workout. I'm going to still get a workout, but I've had enough talking here. I think I covered most of the things. You know, the state's got to come around. They can't abuse people like that. Charging 5% because you send in a paper check. Not late. If you send in late, it's another 4.5%. For every month, it's another 4.5%. Yeah, that's your buddies in the state, tax people. State's got to run smoothly. If people don't send the money in, yeah, there's not going to be the services and everything else that money's used for. You figure it out. But not to this abuse. This 5% crap has got to stop. And I hope more people feel the same way. If you don't, well, give your money away. Give your money away to somebody that needs it, not to the abusive, people in the legislature, tax people. They got good jobs. They got good money coming in. They're taken care of, well taken care of. There's people living out in the streets that might need a little bit of help. But these people are all right, taken care of. All right, I've said enough. I'm going to finish my workout. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.